This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So in the last session, we were discussing about header conditions. We finished discussing about header conditions. Today, we'll discuss about condition type controls. So condition type controls, v/06. Let's select the standard condition type for base price PR00 and see all the controls for condition type, how it's behaving as a price, discount, surcharge, tax. So let's go to v/06, standard condition type PR00. So these are called as condition type controls, just like VO V8 or VO V7, whatever we have discussed, the same similar. Like this all controls will, how this particular price should behave in a sales order will be controlled by this all particular controls. So base price has a different controls, discount has a different controls, surcharge, tax, every price element has their own controls. So let's see how this works. The first thing is condition type. So as we know that any condition type or any document, it's not identified either by document type or description. You see here, it says PR00 condition type and it gives a description price, but system will not identify a condition by this, right? Because we always copy, rename and create it. So if I go for the condition what we created A001, you could see here, we have created A001 and we just say it as price. But how the system knows that this is still a price? Or if I go to K004, how system know that it's a discount? Right? So this all is because of condition class. Okay. How does system know this all things? That is because of the condition class. Condition class will control how this should work. Okay. So condition class will work how condition type should behave or what kind of condition it price element it is. So for price, the condition class is B. B means it's a price. If I go to a discount K004, so K004, it's a material discount. We know it, right? So how do system know this is a discount? You see condition class is A. But condition class A here tells that it could be a discount or a surcharge. How it is possible to have a discount is a deduction, right? And surcharge is a addition. Both are two different, quite opposite. So how can it be the same condition class for this particular discount? So how do system know that? That is plus or minus. Even though this particular condition class says A and it's a for discount and surcharge, for both it is same. But here on the right side it says negative. There is nothing but discount. If I go for KF00, which is surcharge and addition, KF00, KF00, discount or surcharge, same. But how system know this is a freight and this is an addition? Positive. So condition class will control what kind of pricing element it is, whether it's a discount or a price or a surcharge or a tax or a rebate condition, what kind of condition it is. How would system know that? That is only through condition class. Okay. The next is access sequence. As we already know that for a condition type, we assign the access sequence here. In the sequence of configuration of condition technique, we assign access sequence to condition type. Record for accesses. Record for accesses. That is, as we know that condition tables, access sequence are reusable. The same access sequence, I can assign it to 100 other condition types, right? They're reusable. But if I want to know what all condition records has been maintained for this access sequence, okay, what all condition records master data has been maintained for this access sequence. How do I know? Anyone? How can we check the condition record? already maintained condition record. How do we check? Anyone? How do we check that? By going to VK12, right? Change mode of condition record. Only by going to the change mode of condition record, we would be knowing it. But I want to see them in a single screen. If I have 100 records, I cannot go VK12 100 times, right? So we want to see that in a single screen. So how is that possible? That is possible through record for accesses. Click on this records for accesses. And you could run this on any parameter. Let's say if I run this on the sales org parameter, system shows here. Under this sales organization, there is a CIF and it's been maintained. So now we can click on this and check what condition record has been maintained. Let me a little more. Sorry, this is a KF00. Let me run this on the PR00 under the base price. On the base price, record for accesses. You see, it shows tons of records here. Under this sales organization, distribution channel, and customer and material, there are multiple condition records. If I want, so I'm able to see all the condition records in a single screen. If I want to edit any condition record here, I can just select this and click on change. It will take us to VK12, the change mode of condition record. You see, it's taken us to the change price condition. So you don't need to go for VK12. If you have 100 records, you don't need to go for VK12 100 times. You could just use this particular access records for accesses, and you could see what all condition records has been maintained for this access sequence in a single screen. And if you wish to change some combination, just select this and click on the change. It will take you to the next screen, right? That is records for accesses. The next, calculation type. As we already know that calculation type is very important because that's how system will be knowing what kind of condition value we arrive at, because we create we, sorry, we maintain a price, right? Let's say for one item it is $1. If it is 100 items, obviously system will calculate price into quantity. If it is a freight, let's say KF00, KF00, and KF00, you see, it is calculating on the gross weight, which we already discussed. So calculation type controls how we arrive at the condition value. So in the standard SAP, we don't have condition record for every scenario. So when client comes with a scenario and we don't see any particular standard condition type available, then what you could do is you could just customize the condition record with the calculation type. Okay, you could use any of this calculation type and you could arrive at the condition value, right? So that is a calculation type. The next, condition category. Condition category. What is PR00? Anyone? Anyone? What is PR00 condition type?
Base condition type or price.
Base price, right?
Base price.
Standard price, pricing process.
Yeah. What is VPRS? What is VPRS?
VPRS we can see in the item category condition
No, what
table.
is VPRS used for? That's a selling price, right? Sorry,
Yes,
cost price. Cost price. PR00 is selling price and VPRS is cost price.
Cost price.
Correct?
Correct.
So you see here, if I go to PR00, it says price. Condition class, it says price for PR00. And if I go for VPRS. Even for VPRS also system says this is a price, right? So quite opposite, right? Selling price and cost price. But how does system differentiate it? How does system know? That is through condition category. You see here, system says this is also a price, right? Cost price is also a price, but it's an internal price. Cost price, it's a internal price. So system identifies or differentiates, further differentiates condition types with condition category. It's not only cost price, there are various other price conditions like EDI1, EDI, customer expected price, EDI1. You see here, condition class, it says price, but that's a customer expected price. Or EK01, EK01, you see it's a price, but what price? That's a costing price. So there would be various condition types, right? So how do system differentiate them? That is through condition category. So condition category is like a sub-classification of condition class. Condition category is sub-classification of condition class. So here, let me tell you one scenario. So the scenario is order has been created on, let's put it as on 25th of May. I'm sorry, on 25th of June. Okay. On 25th of June, order has been created. And as you know, whenever we create an order, all the pricing structure will be determined. You will see price, discount, surcharge, every condition is getting determined, right? On 1st of July, a new condition record called as ZNew, a new discount called as ZNew has been added into pricing procedure. A new discount was introduced into the pricing procedure in the 1st of June, on the 1st of June. So for the order which we created on 25th, the pricing structure has been determined. And obviously in that structure, you will not see this discount because at that time we don't have this discount, right? So this discount was introduced on 1st July. And for this order, we are creating a delivery. We are creating a delivery on today, let's say 4th July. Now, customer says that for any delivery you create or for any order you create from July 1st, this new discount has to be proposed. Okay. For whatever the order you create from 1st July, it has to be proposed. At the same time, orders created before to July 1st, and if you are processing a delivery today, even for that also you have to determine it, because what happens usually, price will be copied from one document to other document. That means whatever is there on the 25th July, the structure, the same structure will be copied obviously into the delivery document, right? But business says that they want to include this new condition also into already created order. And now when you're copying and creating a delivery, they also want to introduce this new discount, right? So this is the scenario. So how do we achieve this scenario? That is, for this Z new, whatever the condition new we created the discount type, for this discount type, we need to maintain the condition category as L. What is L? Let's see. Condition category as L. L means generally new when copying. That means when our system is copying price from one document to another document and system finds a new condition record, then system has to copy into the subsequent document, right? So condition category L, generally new when copying. So that's how we could copy this particular new condition record into already existing order, right? So condition category will allow us to give a couple of solutions to the customer scenarios like this. You could explore more with the condition category. So to be as a definition, you could say condition category is one of the sub-classification. Okay, it's a sub-classification of condition class, right? So the next is rounding rule. So rounding rule, obviously it will be commercial, or you also have option to round up or round down because prices, let's say you take tax. Tax can never be in decimals. Tax should be always in round figures or nearest number, but it cannot be in decimals. So basing upon your requirement, if you want to round up, round down, or you want to leave it commercial, then you could just use this rounding rule for that particular price condition. Then next is structure condition. So we discussed about header condition, right? Just like that, there is also condition types called as statistical condition types. So what is statistical condition type? Statistical condition type. There are a couple of statistical condition type like VPRS, that is cost price, SKTO, cash discount, KUMU, cumulative condition type. Like this, there are a couple of statistical condition types. And every statistical condition type will have two effects. Okay, every statistical condition type will have two effects. The first effect of statistical condition type will tell system it will not have any effect on the net value. Okay, it will not have any effect on the net value. That's the first like activity of the statistical condition. It will not have any effect on the net value. That means when you're selling a computer, you're selling as a computer, right? But all the components has its own value or its own price. Let's say keyboard, let's say 5K, monitor 5K, all are 5K. Let's say 4 components, you take put it as 5K. But you sell it as a computer and you say that the price is 20K. When you say price is 20K, the net value, the price of the component should not impact the 20K, right? If not, what happens? If they impact, then it will become 40K. It should not be that. If you're selling at the header level as a computer, it should be only 20K. And all the sub items should go statistical. That means it should not affect the net value of the price. That is the first effect of statistical condition. And the second effect of statistical condition is it will not post into accounting. It will not post into accounting. Cost price. Will you share cost price of material with your customer? Anyone? Do we print it in the invoice?
No.
No, right? If we print the cost price into the invoice, what happens? Customer will easily know, right? How much profit we are making. So we want to show customer only the selling price. We never share cost price to customer. But for some scenarios, you want cost price in the sales order. You want to pull cost price into sales order. But why you want to do that? Maybe for reporting purpose. So a scenario here is customer, the business can come up with a scenario saying that create any order which is making profit more than 20%. That means if any order is making profit less than 20%, you should not create that order. Okay. Order should not be created if it's making anything less than 20%. So how do you know whether an order is making 20% profit more or not? Anyone?
Based on cost price only.
Right? Only when you compare with your selling price with cost price, then only you will be knowing, right? Obviously, you have to compare your cost price, selling price with, let's say for if your selling price is 1000 and cost price is 600, you are making 400 profit. That means 40%. That is more than 20%. So system will allow you to create an order. If anything less than that, system will not allow you. Okay. So we need these conditions into the sales order, but we don't want that conditions to affect the net value. At the same time, we don't want the conditions to print it in the outputs. That means in the invoice or anywhere, you don't want to print it. How do you mark any condition as statistical? This is V/08 screen, right? Pricing procedure. You see here, there is a checkbox. See the checkboxes? These are statistical. So for here where we mark the condition types as statistical. You see, statistical conditions, the first effect is the value of the condition type will not affect net value and it will not be posted into accounting. And we mark them as statistical by highlighting or checkbox this in the pricing procedure, like VPRS, SKTO, KUMU. KUMU is a cumulative condition type. You see here, structure condition. This structure condition will be maintained only for KUMU because KUMU is the cumulative condition type. If you remember, we had already discussed that wherever you see structure, if we say structure, then it is for BOM, bill of material. Okay. So this particular structure condition, this field will be applicable only for KUMU. It's taking too long time. Yeah. So V/06. And if I go for KUMU, there is cumulative condition type. You see this? This structure condition will be maintained only for this particular KUMU, which is called as cumulative condition type. That means we just discussed, right? When you are selling a computer, we sell computer and we say the price of the computer like 20K, but we don't say component price as like say CPU is 5K, monitor is 5K, right? So this component has price, but we'll accumulate that price and display at the header level. How system could do that? That is through this KUMU, cumulative condition type. So this condition will help us to accumulate the value of components and display at the header. Once the component price is displayed at the header, like say accumulating all the components and saying that 20K, the component price should go statistical. If not, what happens? The item price will become 40,000. System will take the header 20K and the item as 20K. So 40,000. So that should not happen. So that is the reason this particular cumulative condition is a statistical condition. All right. So this is. The next is group condition. What are few header conditions? Anyone? Can you tell a couple of header conditions? Header conditions. We already discussed them, right? Can you
The
tell a
sale
couple of
product,
header conditions? No, any header condition. Just name at least 2 header conditions.
distribution channel,
Yes.
division, sales organization, all these
No,
things.
HB00.
my question is very, very clear. My question is very clear. I'm just asking for 1 or 2 header conditions. Someone has to answer this.
HB00.
HA00, HB00, HM00, HD00. These are header conditions, right? You see, this is a header condition, right? Header conditions are also group conditions. You see, for header condition, group condition is also active. Header conditions are also group conditions like HA00, HB00. You see this? Header condition and group condition. So header conditions are also group conditions, but not All header conditions are group conditions. If I go for HD00, you see HD00 only header condition, it's not a group condition. So the logic is header conditions are group conditions, but not all header conditions are group conditions. Okay. So why you want a header condition to be a group condition? What is the purpose? You want a header condition to be a group condition. The reason is we already discussed that if it's a header condition that will determine at the header level, that means we need to process at the header level manually and we'll propose some discount. And whatever comes at the header level, how it is applicable? Anyone? Anyone?
That will applicable to all that.
All the line items, right? It will be applicable to all the line items irrespective of number of line items. If something comes at the header, it is applicable to all the line items. So at the header level, if I'm proposing some $100 discount, okay, if I'm proposing $100 discount at the header level, that means we want it to be proportionately distributed to all the line items. Okay, header discount, we want to propose it to all the line items in the sales order proportionally. So then how it will work? That is, when your header condition is a group condition, then system will propose the discount proportionally to all the items within the sales order. Okay. So group condition can be maintained in two ways. There is two routines here. So group condition routines we could maintain in two ways. One is we could maintain it as a total document value. That means if the total document reaches $10,000, we want to give some $100 discount. Okay. If the total document reaches $10,000, we want to propose $100 discount. So when this discount has to be proposed, anyone? When this discount has to be proposed? Only when the total document reaches $10,000. Even the total document is 9999. System should not propose this discount. So if it is total document, we need to maintain a routine here called as 3. Sorry, 1. 1 is total document. What is routine? We'll discuss later. In the 16 fields of pricing, you'll learn this. But so total document, if you want to propose some discount on the total document, you need to maintain as 1. But there is also one more option here called as material pricing group. You remember in the in the material master sales org 2 view, we have seen this field. You remember anyone? Material pricing group. In the material master sales org 2 view, we'll have this field, material pricing group. If you watch that particular material master video, I would have told you that this field will be used in group condition. So here where it is used in the group condition. So what is the purpose of this particular material pricing group? Even this is also will helping us to propose some discount, but that discount would be proposed when it works like this. We create a group of materials, material pricing group. The group name is X1. Okay. The group name is X1. And in the group X1, we put 3 materials, material A, material B, material C. Okay. We put 3 materials, material A, B, C in the X1 group. And now we want to tell system any material from the group X1, let it be material A, material B, or material C. Let it be any material out of the group X1. If it comes into the sales document and it's giving $10,000, then give $100 discount. Okay. So when we have to propose the discount? Only when the material from this group X1 comes into sales document and give $10,000, then we want to propose $100 discount. So group condition, we can maintain it in two ways, either header level at the total document value, saying system that if the document reaches some certain value, let's say like $10,000 or whatever it is, you want to propose $100 basing on the total document, or group of materials. You just create a group, let's say X1 or something, and put materials into the group, and create an order, and any material out of that group gives you some, say, $10,000. You want to propose some discount. So let's see how this works. Let's try at the total document. Material pricing group, which there in the study material, you can just go with that. And one more thing, right? See, right from the, I don't know whether you have observed it or not, from the starting from the pricing concept, every scenario is executed with configurations, and the screenshots has been put into the document. Okay, all the steps and configurations, screenshots, everything is executed step by step by step, and it has been put into the study material. And starting from the pricing concept, for all interview questions, you also have answers. Until until document types, you have only questions, right? Topic-wise questions. But starting from this particular pricing concept, end of the training, for every concept, you'll have question and answer as well. Okay. So you could just blindly follow the study material. You could see step 1, step 2, step 3. Scenarios and solution is been executed, and the screenshots has been put in the document. You could just follow this. So there is one more very important field here called as rounding difference comparison. In the interviews also they may ask this question, what is rounding difference comparison? So what is rounding difference comparison? Let's see. Let's say we have 3 materials in the sales document. Okay, in the sales document we have 3 materials. I'm just writing only the values. This is not quantity what I'm writing. The first line item value is $2,000. The second line item value is serial number 20. It is $3,000. And serial number 30, third line item, it is $5,000. So now if I go for total document and propose $100 at the header level, so we are telling system that if my total document reaches $10,000, we want to propose $100. And as we know that if it's a header condition, a group condition, okay, so if it's a header condition is a group condition, then it has to be proposed proportionally to all the line items, right? So how this $100 will be proposed here, anyone? If it is proportionally, then how much each line item will get?
Say 33.3.
30, 50.
20,
30, 50.
30,
right?
50.
20, 30, and 50. So that makes up you're distributing the discount proportionally as per the line item value. Total $100 has been completed. But line items will not be in such a round figures, right? It can be 2969, or this can be 38 or 96. So line items will not be in such a round figure. Line items can be something like this. So now how much proportionately it could distribute? Anyone? Okay, some random figure it will be, right? So will it distribute such a round figure? Anyone, or will anything will be left out after distributing?
Say some decimal value.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
some decimal will be left out. We cannot do the rounding like 100 to 100. We cannot do the distribution here because of the line item values. Some decimal will be left out. Let's assume that 99.7 has been distributed, or 99.25, something is distributed. Let's assume last 0.30 is left out. After proportionately distributing the discount among all the line items, basing on the line item value, let's assume that some cents has been left out. So what to do with this? So if you activate this rounding difference comparison, it tells system that after proportionately distributing the discount among the all line items, if anything is left out, give that to the highest value line item. In this sales order, what is the highest value line item?
Serial number 598.
So whatever is left out after proportionately distribution, it will give that to the highest value line item when you activate this rounding difference comparison. Largest item system will say, or let me log in. I hope it got disconnected. So what it says, the difference is then added to the largest item. Okay, after distribution, if anything is left out, the difference will be given to largest line item. Okay, so what we'll do is, I'll not go with the header condition, but what I'll do is I'll do some customization here. I'll take a line item and mark it as a group condition. Okay, we'll take a line item and header, sorry, item condition. As we know that header conditions are group conditions, right? So rather than a header condition, let us take an item condition and customize it as per the item condition. That means we want to tell system that instead of total document $10,000, we want to tell system if my item price touches maybe $1,000 item price, then we want to propose some discount. Let's say a group condition discount. Okay, and if the total document touches 1,000, we want to give, let's say, $10 discount. $10 is a quantity or a percentage or a fixed amount. Anything? Anyone? What is $10? Is it quantity or a fixed amount or a percentage or what it is?
Fixed amount.
It's a fixed amount,
Fixed.
right? But there is no standard condition available in SAP for fixed amount. Okay, so what we'll try to do is, I'll take a close match of this condition called as K004 and copy it. Copy it, and I'll say this as ZGRP, group condition. But what should be the calculation type here?
Quantity.
Fixed amount, because we want to propose $10 discount, right? So you change this to fixed
Should
amount.
be B.
It should be B, right? It should be B. That is fixed amount. And apart from this, when we want to propose this $10 discount, anyone? When we want to propose this? Only when my base
If
price of
item
the material touches 1,000,
1,000 rupees.
right? Only when my base price touches 1,000, we want to propose it. So whenever you want to propose any discount or anything saying that it has to touch this value or beyond, that we'll do it in the scales actually, right? So $10 is not a quantity, right? It's a value. So we need to change the quantity scale to value scale. Okay, so this configuration setup, you have to do it. And let us save this condition, ZGRP. Let us save this. And now let's go to our procedure, v/08. And this is our procedure. And whatever we configured is now a discount. So it will go between the base value and gross value. So I'll take some step here like 34. I'll create a new step called as 34. And I'll place a ZGRP here. I'm leaving this field blank. What happens? Anyone? In interest, they may ask a question. If we leave the from field blank, see why we are using from? Anyone? What is the purpose of from? The purpose of from is system. It's telling system on what it has to be calculated, right? So price, discount, surcharge, or tax on what it has to be calculated. But if I leave that field blank, how does system know on what field it has to calculate, right? So even though you leave this field blank, system will take the next immediate one. Okay. In interviews, if they ask a question, if I leave this field blank, then what happens? System will take the next immediate one. Okay. So let's save this. We have placed the ZGRP. So now what we'll do is we'll maintain a condition record. We'll go to VK11 and we'll go to ZGRP. ZGRP is a discount, right? And any customer buying this material will be eligible for $10 discount. When? Anyone? When this discount has to be proposed?
When base price is more than 1,000.
value should be
Right?
1,000.
Only when the base price is more than 1,000. So where do we tell system? Where do we tell that system? In scales. This is the icon for scales. If you are using older version, the icon will be different. But in the latest version, 75060, this is the icon for scales. And here, you see here, this is a value scale. And here where we tell system, if my base price, nothing but scale value, touches, because obviously I guess the base price we have given as 1,000. So what I'll do is I'll put it as 1,200. If the base price touches 1,200, then only propose this $10 discount. You could just adapt it to the header condition. That means if the total document touches 10,000, you want to give discount, right? The same way. Now let us create an order and check whether this discount will be proposed or not. Because I remember the base price what we maintained for this material is 1,000. So system should not propose. Later we'll change the price and see. I'll just do one thing. One moment. First let us customize the condition type and go. Our base price condition is A001. Manual entries, amount, okay. Yeah. So VA01, let's create a sales order. OR. Yeah, so let's go and check at the conditions level whether the ZGRP has been proposed or not. You see, ZGRP is there in the system, but it has not proposed it blank because the base price is only 1,000. We mentioned that if the base price touches 1,500, then only this has to be proposed. Right? It's blank. Let me change it to. You see, when I change the price above 1,500, now system has proposed it. Let us do one thing. 1,499. What is the price we maintained? 1,500 or
1,200, sir. 1,200 you maintained.
1,200? Okay.
Hmm.
1,200 means 1199. Yeah, you see, I maintained 1199. This is gone. It's blank, right? Only when the total document touches particular value, whatever you want it to be the condition value, then system will propose it. Anything less than that, system will not propose. Okay, anything less than this, it will not propose. It should be more than that. Right. So that is group condition where we could propose additional discount whenever the total document either touches certain value or we create a group of materials and any material come into the sales document and you set some value, let's say $10,000 or something, then you want to propose a discount. There will be hundreds, n number of discounts actually, whatever will be. In the training itself, we are discussing more than 10 different kinds of discounts. But this is how it works actually. So we have just seen, right? So when you offer more than this, then system will propose the discount. Anything less than this, system will not propose. 1200, right? We proposed it. Yeah. Okay. So this is group condition. The next is manual entries has priority. We'll finish this and stop here today. Manual entries. Manual entries tell system whether user is allowed to change something in the sales document or not. Can we process tax manually? Anyone?
No.
Not possible.
No.
No, not
Not
possible.
possible. So if I go to MWST, you see here, not possible to process manually. You cannot process manually. Okay. Fine. The same way, you go for PR00 base price. PR00, it says manual entries has priority. You see in the sales order what we just created, if I change price from 1000 to 1200, 1200 is the final one. So system will consider the manual entry as the final entry, right? So or else you can also set up as automatic entry has priority. Automatic entry, that means whatever is determined, that is the final, user cannot change it. So even though we say manual entry has priority, but again we can control or tell here system whether user is allowed to change the amount. Now system has allowed us to change the amount, right? From 1000 we changed it to 1500, 1200, everything we have done. Why? How system has allowed us? Because amount is activated. Let us go back and check it. Our base price condition is A001. It says manual entry has priority and amount can be changed, but I'll deactivate it. Let's save this. Let me create a sales order. Let me create a sales order. So even though we say system manual entries has priority, but we can still control what user can change or what user cannot change. Yeah. So VS01. Okay, this is another window.
Hi there.
So let us go at item level and check whether the system allows to change the price.
Can you hear me now?
You see, it's grayed out. You are not allowed to change the price. Earlier system has allowed us to change the price, but now system is not allowing us to change the price. Same sales order, everything is same. Earlier we changed the price and system has determined the ZGRP, everything is same. But where is that control system allows you to change the price or not? That is here. We uncheck this, right? Earlier it was active. The same way, whether user is allowed to change the quantity or not, whether user is allowed to change the value, calculation type, whether user is allowed to delete the condition type or not. So everything will be controlled with this manual entry. Even though we say manual entry has priority, but still we could control what user could do in the sales order.
Hi there.
Right? So this is the manual entries. We'll stop it here today and continue tomorrow. Probably tomorrow we should finish this all controls what we see here. Yeah. So any questions for today, please go ahead.
Thank you. Wine and here in beverages room. Open up those
Anyone?
pages so I can-
Any questions, please?
How long were you?
Okay, hope so no questions. So we'll call it a day today. Catch up tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll finish all the condition type controls. Later we could move on to the 16 fields of pricing. In the next two sessions, we should finish this pricing. So good day everyone, and catch up tomorrow. Bye bye.